If you're doing 50-50, you're not in a relationship. You're in a roommate agreement. Congratulations, you're now the breadwinner with a grown man laid up in your bed. Because how is it that you've got a grown man sleeping in your bed, benefiting from all the things that a wife provides, but when it's time to take responsibility for the household, he wants you to meet him halfway? And I know a lot of y'all grandma would laugh at that mess, because no self-respecting woman should tolerate that nonsense. He either step up as a man or he steps out. Point blank, it's that simple. I have a lot to say on this topic, but first, let's hear what this older lady has to say.
I have a friend.
Okay.
And she has 5 kids.
Okay. Ooh.
And works 3 jobs. And her man stays at home with the kids.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, he does.
I said, no, he wouldn't.
She has 5 kids, 3 jobs.
Well, why does she have to be having all those jobs and he's staying at home with the kids? Does he know what he's doing with them?
He said he's a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. Who is that girl?
Some girl I've been friends with.
For how long?
A little bit, not that long.
Child, please. I wouldn't have no man staying at home. I don't care what kind of job he had.
He doesn't have a job. She has 3. He doesn't have a job.
I didn't hear that.
She has 3 jobs, and he doesn't have any jobs.
So what does he do?
He stays at home with the kids.
Does he clean the house?
No. No, he doesn't cook either. She cooks, she cleans. And
Who is this girl?
One of my friends.
No, she ain't your friend.
Yes, she's one of my friends.
Well, you crazy.
Why I gotta be crazy?
You probably over there helping her clean. What does the house look like?
It's nice.
I didn't ask how nice the house look, but how nice is the cleaning in the house?
I mean, she does it all. She does what she can.
What do you mean she does what she can?
She got 3 jobs.
Who cleaned the house?
She does.
Who cooks?
She does.
I don't want to hear nothing else about that girl because I know she's crazy as a damn I don't know what.
Grandma never did 50-50 because she understood something that modern women seem to have forgotten, which is balance. Gender roles aren't about oppression. They're about maintaining balance in a relationship. See, a lot of these men want a traditional woman, but they aren't a traditional man. A man is supposed to provide and protect, but now we've got this toxic narrative that's being pushed that women should share the financial load, all in the name of equality. Ladies, equality does not mean doing a man's job while still doing your own. Equality doesn't mean you sacrifice your femininity just to prove that you're able to hold things down. You shouldn't have to be taking on the role of a man while still fulfilling your role as a woman. Ladies, listen, a man who loves you and values you will never be comfortable watching you pay the bills, clean the house, cook the meals, cater to the children, all by yourself and still look good for him at the end of the day. Now believe me when I say a real man will feel ashamed if you as the wife have to step into his role. See, this whole 50-50 dynamic is nothing more than an excuse for lazy men to sit back and enjoy the benefits of having a woman while doing the bare minimum. Now hear me out. I'm not saying that hard times doesn't come from time to time, because I know that everyone's situation is different and that maybe in rare instances a wife may need to step in and help out. But it should never be a habit nor something that the husband is comfortable with. Now, as I said, help out, not bear the financial burden of the family. So if you're a woman who is settling for a 50-50, let me tell you right now, you're setting yourself up for burnout, resentment, and ultimately regret. Grandma once said, a man who can provide is a man who can't lead. And a man who can't lead should have no business in your house. That's the energy we as women need to maintain. Ladies, when you start splitting the bills with a man, it's like you're giving him permission to slack off. First, it's splitting the rent. then next month he's short on the electric bill, then the following month he's gonna ask you to cover groceries because he's low on funds. And before you know it, you're carrying the full weight of the family's finances and wondering where things went wrong. But guess what? It all started the moment you agreed to do that 50-50 arrangement. It started the moment you allowed things to go too far. So what happened now is that it's like a snowball effect. It's getting bigger and bigger and things are now getting out of hand. And let me tell you this, 50-50 is a lie. It's a scam. There is no such thing as equal partnership when the woman is still expected to fulfill all her traditional duties. And let's not pretend like men are suddenly taking over cooking, cleaning, or child rearing when the bills are split down the middle. For many, that's just a fantasy because that's not their reality. In some of these dynamics, women are carrying more than 50% of the load emotionally, physically, and financially, and that's where the danger lies. So just to touch on the danger a bit, when a woman has to take on both roles, she loses respect for her man. And I mean, it's only natural. How can you respect a man who expects you to be his equal when it comes on to paying the bills, but suddenly wants to be the man of the house when it's convenient for him? So when you come home from working a full shift and see your man lounging on the couch and you have to go and start preparing dinner, what will happen is that sooner or later you will start to resent him. And when it comes on to resentment, it's the death of relationships. It's the slow poison that kills love, affection, and desire. And don't fool yourself, because men know exactly what they're doing when they suggest going 50-50. They know they're getting the better end of the deal. They get to keep their money, avoid responsibility, and still have a woman catering to their every need. To sum it all up in one word, it's manipulation. Plain and simple. These men want to call themselves modern men, but they're hiding themselves behind the skirts of this so-called equality just to avoid stepping up. And you know what? Just to think about it, both you and I know that grandma wouldn't have entertained that for a second. When a man provides, it's not just about the money. It's about him showing that he values you enough to make your life easier. It's about him saying, I got you. I'm here to take care of you. But when a man insists on 50-50, what is he really saying? You know, it's like he's saying you're on your own. I'm not invested in making your life easier. You can handle it. And that in itself is a huge red flag. And the reason why a lot of these nowadays relationships are failing is because of imbalance. Women are being convinced that they need to be independent and carry their own financial weight, all while still playing the role of the nurturing, supportive partner. Meanwhile, men are getting lazier and more comfortable with this setup because they've been given permission to check out. They've been given permission to slack off. And in all of this, guess what happens next? Women are burning out. Women are breaking down and walking away. But by the time they realize it, they've already invested so many years in a relationship just to have to step away and restart their lives. Ladies, no real man will ever ask you to go 50-50. A real man will want to provide for you because that's in his nature. He takes pride in knowing that his woman is well taken care of. So he's not going to nickel and dime you. He's not going to ask you to go half on the rent. If a man is asking you to split the bills, it's like he's telling you that he doesn't plan on taking care of you long term. He's telling you that he's not capable of leading a household. He's telling you that he's not capable of taking care of a family. Ladies, grandma knew exactly what she was talking about when she said never do 50-50. She lived in a time that men took pride in providing for their families, and women weren't shamed for wanting to be taken care of. Now we live in a world where women are being guilted into lowering their standards. Keep in mind that that's not how it should be. Okay, ladies, that's all for today's video. Until next time, stay feminine and sweet.